Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, everybody. I have my Santa hat on. I'm still in holiday mode, but I wanted to spend some time with you before I get back to listing. I need to list right now, but come on in, come on in. Tell me how your weather is, and let me know that you can hear me so I know everything's okay. Hi, Elizabeth. So good to see you. How are you? Of course, I care about everybody's success. That's what I'm here for. In fact, I was just coaching a friend who is just starting to sell on eBay. So I'm excited about that. It's always fun to work with people that are new. So come on in, everybody. Let me know how your weather is. Chilly here in New York today, but not super cold. Again, like winter coat and everything, you're fine. It wasn't like the deep freeze. So yay that it's still pretty nice here in the city. Let me see. Hey, Diana, good to see you. Hey, Brenda, how are you? So come on in, everybody. What I wanted to share, and this is something that I heard about a couple years ago, and you sort of like, you listen to it, and I sort of let it go because it really wasn't something that works for me. And then all of a sudden I stumbled across it again. And you can really make some serious money doing this. So I wanted to jump in and let you guys know about this. Hey, Karen, how are you? Weather's grand. Yay. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Good, everybody. So come on in. And this is what I wanted to tell you. So many of you know I live in New York, and our flat screen TV died, oh gosh, I think about a month ago. So we ordered a new one. It came, it was installed, and this was the first thing. So when you have appliances that die, you may think of just, take it to the recycling area and get rid of it. But listen to me, a lot of the parts you can sell. So microwaves, you can also often sell the turntable. Computers, you can definitely, if you know what you're doing, break them down and sell them for parts. But with something like a television set, even if the TV itself isn't working anymore, and we gave it to the guy that installed it because he does use stuff for parts, and we were glad to give it to him so that it wouldn't just, sort of go into, the garbage. But I kept the remote. So that's my first tip for you is remotes. So if you are replacing your television, if you are replacing a DVD player, any kind of appliance in your home, air conditioners have remotes now, have you noticed? Anything with a remote, when the item dies, don't get rid of the remote. They sell very nicely for the most part on eBay. And you know what the, what model it is because it's right on the remote. And if for some reason it has worn off, just look on the back of your TV set or whatever appliance it is, and you will. That's my first tip for you is don't throw your remote out, sell it. And they find that they sell pretty fast too. So that's my tip for you. And the other is that you can source remotes. So you can source those at thrift stores, consignment stores. When you're doing so, be sure to take some batteries with you. So this is a good your purse or your fanny pack so you can test them and make sure they're working. There's a lot of YouTubes that can help you to know how to test them. Basically, you put it in, you aim the remote, get this, at your cell phone because it will pick up the red signal, whatever it is, whatever it is that comes out of it that operates your appliance. And you can actually see it in your cell phone. But Google around. There's a lot of good videos about how to test remotes. But don't just throw your remote out if it's still good. Sell it on eBay and get some money for it. You do want to pop open the back of it and take a look at the battery compartment and make sure it's nice and clean, particularly if you are buying used ones, because a lot of times the battery compartment could be corroded. If you know how to clean it, great. If not, I just don't mess with it. If it's corroded, it goes in the garbage or in recycling. But this is where you can make some serious money is you'd be surprised what is still selling. So when we replaced our television set, I had a DVD player connected to it, which is working great, still using it. And I also had a VHS, I'm going to date myself, a VCR connected to it because we did have some media that was VHS tapes. Honestly, I think the VCR, maybe we've used half a dozen times in 10 years. I mean, that's how lightly used. And I might have bought it on eBay. I just don't remember. I mean, it sold in 3 days. I priced it very competitively because I wanted to get it out of the house and get it sold, but it was $70 plus shipping. I was like very happy. Like, this is great. So what I want to say to you is when you're out thrifting and consignment shops and yard sales, also friends and family, because people can be moving or they're upgrading their electronics, is get those used electronics off them and check on eBay. I've got several friends. One friend in Jersey used to do this. And this is my tip for you for making six figures on eBay. He did cleanouts. So he advertised on Craigslist and Penny Saver that he would come and do a clean out. And he did residential cleanouts as well as office cleanouts. And then what he started to do was he stopped doing the residential and only did the office. Because in the office, he could get computers, all kinds of electronics, printers, scanners. Now the thing is, when you do a clean out, you have to take everything. So you're taking all the electronics. Oftentimes you're often also taking the furniture. So you have to have a truck or something where you can do that, unless you make it very clear that you're only going to take the electronics. But for the most part, you have to do a complete clean out. This was actually offered to me, gosh, like 10 or 15 years ago, for a service that worked with elderly, saying when elderly were moving, if they were downsizing, did I want to come in and do a clean out and basically take everything, no charge. I mean, what it is I have to clean out the apartment, take everything out they don't want, regardless of the condition, and then whatever from that clean out I can sell. And the reason I'm mentioning this is my friend who did it in Jersey, and then I have another friend who does it in California for businesses. They were making very good money. So what you do is you recycle or get rid of the stuff that's just not worth anything. But a lot of the stuff is worth something. You're going to get collectibles. You're going to get electronics, and a lot of electronics. What they would do for electronics that didn't work is they would either sell it as is for parts or break it down and sell the parts. It depends what level of expertise you have. I know people that do this with cars. You've got automotive sellers where they're buying cars and breaking them down for parts. So I'm bringing all of this to your mind because this will depend on your physical setup. I'm in New York City. I'm in an apartment. I can't break down a car, and I really don't even have the room to break down a computer or something like that. But if you've got a garage, if you've got an attic, if you've got a basement, if you've got a freestanding building on your property, you're able to do this. And the reason I'm bringing it up is it's inventory that is pretty much for free. Either you have a truck or you've got a vehicle that's large enough that you could put a lot of computers in or a lot of electronics in. But again, you're going to have to take everything, but perhaps you could do it in 2 or 3 trips, or perhaps you could team up and partner with a friend. I bring it up because sellers come to me and they go, Kathy, how do I get inventory for free? And this is how you get inventory for free. Friends and family, and then cleanouts. Taking everything out of a home. Oftentimes when people have a relative that dies, they don't care what the stuff is worth. They just want to get it out because they have to get the home in shape to sell it. They just want to get everything out of the house, okay? Same thing with offices. They're bringing in all new equipment. They don't care. They don't know necessarily all the time exactly what's working, not working, how it's working, but you do have to agree to take everything. So that's a great way to get inventory. And again, you can do this with automotive. You can do this with TV electronics. You can do this with all kinds of video. Okay, so DVD players, VHS, and yes, VHS players sell. And that was my other tip for you. If you do get into selling VHS, and again, please do your research. I've got a video on my YouTube channel. It's the first video you hit when you come to my channel, and it tells you how to research prices. So you, what I did notice when I was selling my VCR is that the VCRs that had remotes sold for more, and some of them sold for almost double. So this was my tip, is that if you come across a VHS player, let's say family member gives it to you for free. And you can list in, let's say it sells for $30. And again, plug it in, test it. You might want to have a blank tape, you know, have a tape in the house so you can test them. Is oftentimes you can pick up the remote, because I was looking on eBay for like $10, and a $30 VCR with that $10 remote that you buy off eBay, you can then flip for $70 or $80. Having the remote increases the value. So look at that when you're selling something that is missing a part, is look at, can you buy the part and complete it? That goes for DVD sets too. I did that years ago. I had a set and I was missing one of the DVDs from the set. And I went on eBay, I bought the missing DVD, I put it in, and I still made a really tidy profit. So that's my bonus tip for you, is anytime you have a set of anything, books, CDs, DVDs, if it's missing one or two parts, always look to see if you can complete it at a low cost, because it will really increase the price when it is a complete set, okay? So DVD players, VHS, computers, cars, all of these can be broken down. Also coffee makers, by the way, if you don't know this, microwaves, because oftentimes the turntable or the dish is worth something. So even though the microwave may be broken, and you don't know how to break it down, or you don't want to deal with breaking it down. For me, as I know my microwave is pretty heavy, I don't want to deal with packing and shipping it and selling it for parts. But if it breaks, the turntable, the plates are often worth nice money. Is pull the plate out, pull the turntable out, and sell it. Sell those remotes. So always be thinking out of the box. Can I break this down? And that's what I was going to say, coffee makers. I had a high-end Nespresso coffee maker. And it really, I mean, I went on eBay and it was like, I was surprised, because it's like $100 coffee maker, but used they only sell for like $30 or $40. Aha. But if I broke it down for parts, if I took the drip tray and the froth steamer, it had like 4 or 5 different parts, it was literally double the money of buying the unit. And if I had wanted to, I could then go on eBay, start buying the units when they're really low priced, get them, and break them down and sell them for parts. So again, always be thinking outside the box, okay? How can I get free inventory? And then when I have my free inventory, what configuration is going to make me the most money? Does the complete set make a lot more money, like double the money of just what I have? Then look for those extra parts. Usually they're very easy to find on eBay. Get them, and then sell yours as the set, the VHS player with the remote, okay? The DVDs, the complete set with the book that goes with it. Same thing for the CDs. So always look at how can I increase the value so that I make more money. And my friends that do cleanouts all make serious money. But again, you do need to have the space. The one literally had a garage that was just packed. The other one, this is my friend in California, started with a garage and now has a warehouse business. And they go in with trucks and do complete cleaning in offices, pulling all the computers. I love it because it's green. So all of that hardware isn't going into landfills. It's getting recycled and finding another purpose. Okay. Merry Christmas. Hi, everybody. Oh, Cynthia's saying she's got a bag full. Good, good, good. And yes, if you have a lot of remotes or your friends have a lot of remotes, again, get out those batteries and test them and see if they are working. And then again, go online, because again, some of the remotes are worth money, some are not. But even if you can get $11, $15, the shipping is about $4. If you got it for free, you're making like $4 or $5 a remote. And again, these are for people that are just starting to sell. Or if it's something you would be throwing out anyway, heck, I'll take that $4, that $5. Or I'm selling my VCR. It looks like it'll go for about $40, but with the remote, it's going to go for $70. I can get the remote on eBay for $10, then you might consider going in and buying the remote. But think about the cleanouts. Look at people when they're moving. Are they just getting rid of stuff? And if they are, volunteer. I'll take everything, okay? But then what you do have to be good at is stay on top of it. Immediately go through everything, sort it, things that are going to be donated, go to your Salvation Army or to Goodwill. Things that you're going to be selling, you're going to put in your sell pile, and get ready and get listing. Don't just let things pile up, pile up, pile up. But my two friends that do cleanouts, both were, one was making six figures. He then switched his business and now he's selling different kinds of products. But that's how he started, was doing office cleanouts, and six figures on that. The other one is doing multiple six figures and is still doing cleanouts. So that's what I wanted to share with you, is it's a great way to get free inventory. And if you don't want to have that much physical inventory in your home, on your premise, is definitely keep a lookout for remotes, for VHS, for DVD players, coffee makers, for appliances. Again, blenders can be broken down. Basically, any small appliance you can think of can be broken down and sold for parts, and see if it's going to be worth it for you to do it. But the electronics broken down, especially when you get it as a clean out, is six-figure businesses on eBay. Again, if you have the space. Let me just see if anybody's got any questions. See how everybody's saying, hey, hey, hey. Oh, okay, so Pam's saying it's overcast in Miami. I bet. Nice and warmer there than here. Good, you guys. Great, great, great. So that's what I wanted to share with you, is it's a great way to get inventory. So always be thinking outside the box. And when you have something, when you're researching the price and you go, for instance, like the DVDs, and you go, oh boy, this isn't that much more money. Look at it. Is it a set? Is there, series 1 through 5, year 1 through 5, season 1 through 5, and you have the first 3 seasons? Perhaps buying the 4th and 5th season will really kick up the price on your item. So always be thinking, and always be thinking of ways to get free inventory. Okay? I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye.